In school, we did construction instead of one of our GCSEs. You could do level 2 BTEC. And I just really enjoyed it. It gave me a taste of trying anything from bricklaying, carpentry. We did pretty much everything apart from plumbing, which I didn't think I was even going to go down the plumbing route. I didn't really know what was involved in it. And I loved the idea of woodwork and everything. So I did apply for loads of them apprenticeships, over about 50, I think. But I just had that love to be able to do something creative. Plumbing was the only interview that I got, and thankfully I got the job from that interview. It was very fortunate because it was during COVID. I would absolutely love to, even if maybe had a chance to go self-employed, even if it is subbing to people and doing my own bit of work as well, be able to travel with my work, like be able to go to any country and be able to do plumbing, even doing stuff like this, and also in schools. Like, I've really enjoyed the social media bit, and it's allowed me to go into schools and tell kids more why they should take apprenticeships and stuff rather than going down just the classic academic route of university. I started my apprenticeship. I was with a different company for the first 2 years, and I absolutely loved. They were more commercial, so I got the opportunities to work in a school. I've worked in a castle. Seeing the behind the scenes of them places was just amazing. You end up finding out so many cool things, like we're finding Victorian artifacts no one's ever found in walls because we were putting pipes through them, and it was really cool. Also, just being able to do stuff that, you know, people are really going to benefit from, and I found I love that in commercial. But I've started recently moving on to more domestic housing, but I've got to say I love new builds a lot more than existing housing. It's so much more satisfying seeing your work like in copper, and also the other side of it, like knowing the sustainability, whereas you know it's all recyclable and how much better it is for the environment to use that. The quality of the shelf life of it as well is so much longer. I find it easier to work with because it's more like rigid, so you can fit it nicely. You can have it all like parallel, especially when you get your laser level up, but it's really satisfying. I used to do a lot of boiler rooms and plant rooms and stuff like that in doctor surgeries, hospitals, schools, and always doing them is you have so many like new things that are fitted. Like, you can go from one month to another and you'll fit like, it's still a heating system, but you're fitting like something completely different. And there's so many like challenges to overcome. Like, it was actually my first ever job I'd done, and I realised like, what on earth is plumbing? Like, I thought it was just fixing toilets and taps, but we were in this like underground basement in the church, putting a new central heating system in, all in copper. And like, we're having to work in like this little dungeon, and every wall is like different heights, and it's all cobbled, so the ceiling's going like that. And remember, that was quite high, quite a small area as well. But I just loved like taking the time to design it all, and like especially like the people I worked with really helped just like get that thinking going. I think I'd been messaging Pete because everybody absolutely loves his account. Like, I remember watching his YouTube and just like being able to see stuff explained really helped. And it wasn't until I DM'd him one time asking if he could give me advice on like how to grow my account and like actually what to post in content. And I never expected him to see it. And he actually messaged me back and gave me, like, we were on the phone for about half an hour, and he was just giving me so much tips and advice and that. And it was really like helpful and nice, and like it's helped me get to my content to today. Rob, we followed each other from quite early on both our accounts. I can't remember exactly when, but yeah, I was always interacting with him, and then it wasn't until we were talking about the installer show last year, and I said I'd got nominated for one of the Rising Star Awards, which was for the apprentice one, and I was like, it was the first time that also like girls have been nominated in it as well. So I was really excited because we had to write essays and everything. And then I was saying to Rob, like, oh, I don't know if I'm gonna be able to make it, and he offered for me to like come on the stand and help out and like have a tour of the factory and everything. And it was pretty much, I don't really know how we got started talking, but it was more just like I kept tagging him in my work and stuff, and yeah, it just started there really. I absolutely loved it. Like, I never really realised something like this was a thing. Like, when I went, like I went the day before, Rob gave me a tour of the factory, and then we went to the stand to see how it was all set up, and I actually brought my mum because I'd never been to anything like this, and I was like 18, like there's not many young people go to these kind of things, and I was a bit nervous. But it was amazing to be able to see it all set up, and then like being at the show for the 3 days, like the smiles like on everyone's faces. Like, I remember me, Pete, and Rob, we were in such a good mood for the 3 days. It was just nice to be able to actually talk to faces behind the brands, meet people I've met on social media. It was a really like eye-opening experience. Like, you learnt lots because they have talks going on, or even just talking to the people on their stands. That was like my main goal, was more just to like spread awareness, not just to girls but young people. Like, yeah, do an apprenticeship. Why not try it? And also, like, kids don't think of that as an option. I remember going into a school and doing something where they had to draw what they thought a plumber looked like, and they didn't realise there was people there that actually were doing them jobs. Like, I was there and they thought I was more just a teaching assistant rather than just actually I was that plumber they were drawing, and I'm not some big old massive bloke with a plunger. Another one where they were asking us about what jobs we did and what they thought it might be, like a hot seat, and then when I'm showing them a video of what I get up to in a day, and they're just amazed that I'm using a grinder with sparks, or like I'm using fire to do a fitting or something. And it's nice to see kids that go, then they can go home and go, oh, this seems really cool, like I want to have a go at this. It's a lot more relaxed, and like you're treated like an adult when you're there. And it's just being able to, every single day you're learning, you're getting to meet different people, even just on site. And there's amazing people out there. Like, the stories you hear of what people have done is incredible. And it's a way of really just building up your confidence and being able to, like, channel like your interest into something like creative, and also something that helps people. Listen to what other people are saying. Like, if you want to have a go at something, go to those taster days, like go to colleges and see what it's all about, and don't just take one no as, oh, I'm not meant to do that. Then, like, I got 49 no's until I got that one yes. And it's one of them things of, it's for yourself, it's for nobody else. So you just gotta, if you have your heart set on trying something out, give it a go.